Hi, fifth graders. We're going to talk about multiplying with decimal numbers today, so let's get started. Okay, so I've got a problem here that has a decimal number in both numbers, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, in adding and subtracting decimals, we have to line them up. When we multiply and divide, we don't have to line up decimals, okay? So notice my decimals aren't straight up and down. Okay, that's fine. We will deal with the decimals later. For now, let's just pretend those decimals aren't there and let's do normal multiplying. Okay, so 2 times 6, 12, carry my 1. 2 times 5, 10 plus 1, yes, 11, carry my 1. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. Okay, now I said let's not worry about decimals, but when we get done multiplying, now we have to worry about decimals. Okay, so when you're multiplying numbers with decimals in them, what you have to do is count how many places are behind all of the decimals. So if I'm going to count my places, I look up here and I have 1, 2, 3 places behind the decimals. Okay? So I go down to my answer and I start at the right and I count 3 spaces because I have to have the same number of spaces. 1, 2, 3. And that is where my decimal goes. So my answer to this is 712 thousandths. Okay, let's not try that one. Let's save that one for last. Let's try this one. Okay, remember, what are we going to do? Are we going to think about the decimals right now? You're right, we're not. Okay, let's just multiply. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 4, 28 plus 2, 30. Now we think about the decimals and we count how many are behind decimals. 1, 2, 3. So we start at the right and we count 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's where my decimal goes, 301 thousandths. Okay, let's try another. All right, we're getting a little more hard with our multiplication, but let's give it a shot. So let's forget about the decimals for now, and let's just multiply. 2 times 7, 14. 2 times 5, 10 plus 1, 11. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, we're done with this too, but we still have to use this. So I start another row with a 0 placeholder. And now I multiply. 1 times 7, 1 times 5, 1 times 1. Okay, here I am. I'm ready to add. 4, 8, 8, 1. Now I need my decimals. When there's decimals in your multiplication problem, don't just stop. You still have to put those decimals in. So let's count how many places after a decimal. 1, 2, 3. And make sure you count any decimal places on both numbers you're using. So I have 3. I start all the way at the left. No, you're right. I start at the right. Don't be silly. Start at the right. 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So there's my answer. 1 and 884 thousandths. Okay, I've got one more, and this is a little challenging here. It's kind of like the last one. Let's take a look at it. Remember, forget about the decimals for now. Let's multiply first. 5 times 4, 20. 3 times 4 plus 2, 14. 4 times 4 plus 1, 17. I'm done with my 4, but I need another row, so I put a 0 placeholder for my second row. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 3 plus 1, 7. 2 times 4, 8. I'm ready to add. Okay, 0, 4, 14, and 10. I'm not done. I got to get my decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, we have a lot of decimal places. Let's go down here on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that is a big number. So we've got tenths, hundredths, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So this is 10,440 100,000s. Wow, that's a big number. Okay, guys. Just remember, when you're multiplying with decimal numbers, go ahead and multiply like normal, then count the number of places after a decimal, and make sure you do it for both numbers. Start at the right, count the same amount of places, put your decimal. See you later.